Good evening, and welcome to Creative Broadcasting, the station of unlimited possibilities. Presents Creating Your Seat at the Table with your host, Ashley Little, as she welcomes her guest to the table.
Welcome to Creating Your Seat at the Table. I am your host, Ashley Little. A little bit about myself: corporate professional by day, serial entrepreneur by night, six-time best-selling author, CEO and founder of Ashley Little Enterprises, LLC, owner and creator of Creative Broadcasting, and founder and owner of Talk Radio and TV Network, LLC. Tonight we have an amazing special VIP guest by the name of Deanna Chandler. A little bit about her. Hack Beauty was created to share my personal touch to my very own cosmetic line. The acronym HACK means Hugged and Kissed by Deanna. I know a lot of fun, right? What I believe makes everyone feel special is love. I've created this line with lots of passion and excitement about the beauty industry. I must admit, a new lip gloss seems to always make us ladies shine. Hack Beauty is simple, elegant, classy, and trendy, but with a hint of boldness. It's for everyone to find they're beautiful. My goal is to inspire and uplift all women to love who they are inside and out, while feeling confident in their own skin. I want to share some of my favorite beauty trends while promoting self-love, yet providing high-quality cosmetics. Wear whatever color that makes you feel beautiful and wear it with pride. Always feel confident because there is only one you. That alone to me is beauty. Get Hacked is a hashtag that represents an illumination of love that is already inside of you. The brand that was built to encourage, promote, and inspire characteristics of your own unique beauty. No one can duplicate you in a world that begins with a hug and ends with a kiss. So be sure to use the hashtag GetHacked whenever you are wearing our products. Chandler, who hails from Fort Worth, Texas, is also an actress, a writer, director, and producer. Her first short film, Jaded Reflections, derived from her first attempt at a feature script and was a success. The film was produced by her German Girl Production. She was born in Germany, and the company allows people to showcase their talents through various entities in television, film, stage, and print. Her IMDb credits include Jaded Reflections, Lady Luck 2, Carter High, Texas Voodoo Zombies, Jericho, In the Meantime, Battle Line, Deceitful Keystroke, Signed, Sealed, and Delivered, A Child's Cry, Love You Later, The Park, and many more. Deanna has a passion for acting and most of all enjoys producing, writing, and inspiring others to pursue their dreams in entertainment. Welcome to the table, the amazing Deanna Chandler.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You are welcome. I'm excited to have you at the table. So would you please tell us more about your amazing entrepreneur journey?
Yes, it kind of got started when I wanted to, like I said, I've been in music, doing music, film, acting, producing, writing. But for something in my heart, just told me I wanted to do a cosmetic line. A lot of people don't know this, but I was a cosmetologist for 17 years before I started teaching. I've been teaching for about 10 years now, but there was just an inkling inside of me that wanted to get something started back in the beauty industry once I left that field. So I just kind of came up with an idea to kind of put myself back in the beauty industry in my own way without having to, be necessarily in the cosmetology realm where I'm just doing hair and all that. But I just wanted to kind of put my own special touch on what I thought was beautiful and the things that I love, because I would always get these compliments, oh, this is nice, you like the way you do this. And so I just wanted to just put my own touch on what I thought was beautiful.
Amazing. So you are very passionate about the beauty industry, and your goal is to inspire and uplift all women to love who they are inside and out while feeling confident in their own skin. So please tell us more about your passion, Deanna.
Yeah, so more than anything, I wanted to kind of be able to lift women up and, kind of talk about women empowerment. That's very important to me, that women are feeling great about themselves, that they're feeling confident when they step out the door, that their makeup is whether flawless or whatever's pretty to them specifically. So that was my goal, making sure that women are inspired, uplifted, and feeling empowered, because a lot of times we as women, we beat ourselves up. We're not feeling as confident some days, and we're feeling like, okay, well, or either other people tend to put us down. So I just wanted to be able to spread the message that you're beautiful regardless of whatever colors you choose to wear that day, whatever you decide to put on, whether you want to be a little bit more heavily made up one day or a little bit more on a simple, decide to do your makeup a little bit more simple that day. Just feel confident in whatever you choose to do. And so I have, like I said, I've been teaching for about 10 years now. And let's see, I left the cosmetology industry back in like 2011. So I was like, okay, what can I do to inspire women at the same time, but also implementing a cosmetic line? So I said, okay, well, what am I going to call my cosmetic industry? I'm sorry, my cosmetic line. And I'm like, okay, I know that I try to show everybody love when I, meet people. I just try to, inspire them to be better, to do whatever they want to do in life. So I was like, okay, what about love? Okay, so I was coming up with all these different names. Maybe I can call it Hugs and Kisses. Or, I was just kind of just off the top of my brain, just thinking of different stuff I could call the line. And so when I got to doing my research, comes to find out that, of course that had been used. So then I was like, okay, what if I just do the acronym? So that's where HACT came from, because I just kind of put the name like Hugged and Kissed by Deanna, so I just put HAKD. I was like, hey, that's going to be my line. And so once the desire, and I'd already set out the name, it was just like I just kind of nonstop just kept doing my researching different products and different vendors. And it's still a learning process, but I'm actually proud of everything I've done thus far, because so far everybody's been loving the products and they're feeling good about themselves. I mean, I'm meeting people or even connecting with people that some of these ladies have never even worn lip gloss, or they're like, I don't wear makeup.
Oh, wow.
But then when I get by the time, yes, ma'am, when I get them hacked, they're wearing lipstick every day. And for instance, I work at a school, so there's a counselor at my school, and she's like, I don't wear makeup, I don't wear lipstick, I just would put a little bit of I think at the time, I think she's wearing like Carmex or something like that. And so I kind of introduced her to my product line, and I promise every 3 to 4 weeks she's buying new lip products. And then she's like really bragging on it, and she's feeling good and confident. So that makes me feel good that she's actually trying something new. And I just like, and just to see her smile every day, it just makes me feel good just to hear her, feeling confident and more assertive about how she's looking every day. And there was one day I went in there, and she's like, well, I don't know how to put this on. So I'm in the counselor office, helping her put on eyeshadow and stuff like that. That just inspires me to know that I'm helping women feel better about themselves. Even if it's something just as simple as a lipstick or lip gloss or eyeshadow. That's what love is to me. So that's Hack Beauty, just making people feel better about the decisions they make and feeling confident about what they're wearing every day.
I love that. And that's so important, right? That we're happy in our own skin, and that when we look good, we feel good. And so
yes.
You are the CEO and founder of Hack Beauty. So please tell our listeners, some of the different, products you have and how they can go support you and book you and buy some products.
Well, right now I've been doing online sales, and my website is hackedbeauty.com, HAKD Beauty, BAUTY.com. And, of course, I'm on Instagram under Hack Beauty as well, and I have a Facebook page, Hack Beauty by Deanna. So you can always connect with me there for the most part. But I'm actually, when I came out with we actually did a launch party January the 11th, and we had a really good turnout. It was a phenomenal experience. I mean, like, more people than I even imagined came and supported. That was the most honorable feeling ever, just to see those people in the room supporting something that I started, like, barely a year ago. But some of the products that I came up with was my Southern Affair collection. And me and one of my friend girls, we were sitting down, and she's like, well, how would you call it Southern Affair? I'm like, that sounds like a great idea. So what I did was, since me being in Texas in the South, I just kind of came up with inspirational names for each of the lip glosses that I thought was significant to me. So as far as the Southern Affair collection, we have a line that is, of course, vegan, cruelty-free. Pretty much most all of my lip products are vegan and cruelty-free. But some of the names is like Determined. It's like a nice nude color. And Kinfolk, where, in the South, we all everybody love, hanging out with the kinfolk. Just inspirational names that uplift the South, not only that, but inspire women. Accused, meaning, sometimes as women we were being accused of things we did not do. I just kind of came with different names that was inspiring, but had like somewhat of a Southern feel or feel to it, I'll say. And that's just one of the collections. And then I also started with Love Gloss, which is another one of my gloss lines. Colors like chocolate, orchid, and I also have a nice clear. And then I also just recently came up with Deanna's Damn Deanna collection. And I'm not going to lie, it's inspired by, everybody watched Martin back in the day, so like Damn Gina. So I kind of came with my own Damn Deanna. And, that's a long story. I'll tell you later. But, and just different names like that. And so when I sat down thinking of names for that particular line, for some reason that day I was feeling a little bit like I'm going to name a name kind of like an alter ego type thing. So I named it like lavish and arrogant, just things of that nature. But basically I try to be positive with everything I do, and I try to just do what I feel at the time. Whatever's fun for me, whatever I'm feeling, I just, I hope everybody receives it and understand where I'm coming from. But my main goal is to inspire and uplift women. And, hey, do you, be bold.
Amazing. So where can they go? What's your website for them to go check out your products?
It's Hacked Beauty, HAKDBEAUTY.com, hackbeauty.com.
So go check her out now, listeners, and check out her amazing products and book her and support. So, Deanna, what are some strategies you would give to listeners who are looking to grow in the beauty industry?
Well, one thing I will definitely say is it's very important that they do their research, do their homework, and try to connect with other women in the industry that is doing that exact same thing. And that way you're building from each other, you're learning from each other, and you're basically sharing what you have to offer to them, and they actually share things with you. So that's one thing. Do your research, do your homework, go and network with other beauty consultants and beauty entrepreneurs. That's the main thing. You can't just like sit yourself in a box and feel like you're all alone, because there are actually a lot of women that are willing to support you in what you're doing, because nowadays, honestly, I know it seems or sometimes appears like women don't want to support, but we want to see each other grow. We want to see each other do well. We want to see each other, go take things to the next level. So my most important thing I would say would be connect and network with other people in that industry and just try to find a place for yourself.
So for our listeners that are listening, I hope you're writing down these amazing nuggets that Deanna is sharing. So what is some advice you would give to owners who are listening that are owners of cosmetic lines and they're looking to grow and they're trying to, make their path in the cosmetic and beauty industry?
Well, I guess foremost, I guess I would say definitely find somebody to help you with your marketing.
Messages that impact the world.
Also, I said I have a wonderful publicist on my team, LG.
Hello.
Also, not to say that's your orders for the steps, but it's also good to have somebody to actually help you market your products and help you get your name out there. But as far as the base work of it, networking, talking to people, not being afraid to stand up and say what it is you think, or your company better than anybody else. Whether it's time for you to do a vendor event or if it's time for you to do a networking event, and you just kind of put yourself in that market. That way your face is out there, your name is out there, and you just kind of take one step at a time. Just like I said, just talking to different people and learning from other people.
Yes, getting out there, and like you said, if you're to that level where you can, as yourself, and if you need a publicist, definitely get you a publicist and getting that exposure, like you said, and getting out there, and like you said, and then getting a mentor, right? And,
yes.
Yes, opening your mouth, right? Because we know closed mouths don't get fed.
And let me say one other thing, if I can. Having a team of people, because one thing I learned is you cannot do everything by yourself. It's not possible. I mean, it's a facade, like, yeah, you did it on your own. But having a team of people, meaning delegating certain people to do certain things. Like, for instance, if you're not as good at posting on social media, then you get somebody to do that for you. Or let's say if you're not good with you having a big event and you're not good at catering, you just hire people to do certain things for you, or either you assign them to do. You have a team of people that you can go to, because there are going to be times where you're not going to be able to do everything. And those team of people is like your backup that's going to be able to support you and make sure that you come out as a winner at the end.
And I was just thinking about them. I don't know if you follow this story with B. Simone, who just made her hit her $1 million goal, and she's in the beauty industry, right? And had the cosmetic line, and then she was talking about how important your team is. And you're so right. Your team is essential to your growth. It's essential, and it's so important that you have the right people on your team.
That's
so
right.
And that's for any industry, actually, having that solid team. Mm-hmm.
Yes, like even in film and television, you cannot do a movie by yourself. You know, I mean, you have. I mean, it starts with the script, but you need a whole production team to get a film out there, and it's just about teamwork and having the right people that you connected with, that you feel comfortable with.
Absolutely. And I know you're very passionate about women being comfortable in their own skin, right? So can you talk to us more about that and why you're so passionate about that? And I know you're using your beauty line to really get the message out there.
Right. So one reason that inspired me to do that is because I've experienced different things in life as a woman, as a young girl, where, I mean, you're teased or you're made fun of for different reasons in your life, okay? And so what I had to accept about me is that I am who I am. This is God. This is how God made me, and I have to love me exactly the way I am. So honestly, when I was starting this line, I was dealing with my own issues, seriously, whether it was just situations dealing with men, whatever. I was dealing with my own issues. But one thing about me growing up, I always had an insecurity, and I'm just going to be transparent right here. I'll be very transparent. But I had an insecurity about, and don't laugh, but this is about my lips, because I have very luscious lips. I will say my bottom lip is a little bit more luscious than the top one. And so I always thought it looked strange to me. And I had to learn to love these lips just the way they are, because that's how God created me. And so one thing I would always do, I would leave the house. I mean, I'm going to the grocery store, whatever. I would always grab the lip gloss. I don't care if my hair isn't together, whatever. I'm gonna always keep lip gloss on my lips. So that's one reason. And so I had to learn to love me exactly the way God created me. So I wanted to share that part of my story with women, let them know, hey, this is what God created, how God created you. So you have to just accept you the way you are. No matter what anybody thinks about it, how many times you've been teased about it, it is what it is, but you just have to be comfortable with it. And that's one thing, a reason I was inspired to do it, because I had to learn it for myself. I got to love me just the way I am. Whether these thighs are thick, whether they're thin, whatever, I just had to learn to love me. So that was one reason.
Yes, learning to love me, right? Love yourself. That is so, so important. We love ourselves, right? We can't love anybody else if we don't love ourselves. So it starts with us from the inside out. From the inside
That's
out.
That's right.
So thanks for sharing that for our listeners that are listening that might be going through those struggles, right? Because we have to love us first.
Yes. And if we don't, nobody else will.
Right. That self-care and, putting you first is important.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how women are. We're always looking out for everybody else. We got to learn to love ourselves and take care of us first so we can be here.
So we can be here. That's a key thing. So please tell us, I know you're in the entertainment industry as well, so please tell us more about your short film, Jaded Reflections.
Yes. Well, Jaded Reflections, actually, I did that film in 2015. It's about 5 years old now, but there's a trailer definitely on YouTube if you want to check out the trailer. It's called Jaded Reflections. But it was derived from a script that I've been continuing to work on, I'll say. So I pretty much have finished up the script just here recently. And, of course, my goal has been pushed back now with all the COVID stuff, but my goal was initially I was going to try to shoot it toward the end of 2020. So, again, like I said, that's probably going to be pushed back a bit. But Jaded Reflections is about an ex-video model who finds herself in an arranged marriage with a football player. And so she basically signs a contract agreeing to marry this guy, because he was trying to cover up his secret lifestyle. So it definitely has some twists and some turns, and you kind of like have to figure out what what she's gonna accept and what she's not gonna accept. So that's where the short film came from. But I have a full-length feature that I've been working on actively for the past 4 or 5 years.
Amazing. And how
Yes.
can, because you've been in a lot of different films, right? So how can
Yes.
listeners go, support and,
Well, I would. Mhm.
Go ahead.
And support independently. Well, a lot of the films I've been in have been independent projects. So actually what I submit for different projects is like everybody, all the other actors out here, and I go audition, just when the opportunity permits itself. But let's see, I think some of the projects I've been on have been on BET or they're on projects such as Amazon Prime. I think Lady Luck is on Amazon Prime. Carter High, it's on Netflix. Jericho, I want to say, is on Amazon Prime. So that pretty much those are the different platforms as far as independent films that I've been in. But Jada Reflections, like I said, the short film had not been released, but the trailer is on YouTube. And like I said, once the feature is done, I'll definitely have more information on, for showing how you guys can support that as well.
Yes, for our listeners that listen, be on the lookout for Jada Reflections when she drops it. But you also can go check out the trailer now on YouTube.
Yes,
and
you've
been in the entertainment industry, Deanna, for a while. And so I know we have some listeners that are looking to grow in the entertainment industry. So what are some strategies you would give to listeners who are trying to tap into the entertainment industry, right? Because it's all about relationships in the entertainment industry. We do know that. So can you talk more about that?
Okay, well, basically, the first thing I did was I started looking for different projects online, whether it was I'm in Texas, so we would go to the short films of Texas and look for different projects. There's background, there's just different websites you can go to, different groups you can join on Facebook as far as acting workshops. Definitely the most important thing is that you have to learn to perfect your craft. If you're not in workshops, if you're not learning, if you're not in acting classes, then how are you going to get any better? So that's the first thing I recommend for anybody to do that wants to pursue that is continue with acting classes. And then second thing I recommend would be, if you want to go to the next level, would be to get your headshots. Get your headshots done. Don't be afraid to submit for any role that you fit the background for, because you never know. They may be looking for your face that day, or maybe you did something in the audition that stood out and make them want to, hire you. So basically get your headshots done, stay in the acting industry, meaning taking workshops, taking classes, things of that nature. And more than anything, like you said, relationship is important. The industry, it, especially when you're locally, it can seem like it's kind of a small world. So you got to be careful how you're conducting yourself and how you, handling things in the industry, and just make sure that you're doing what you need to do as far as how you want to represent your brand, your name. So headshots, acting workshops, building relationships, going to different networking events for acting. That's one thing I can recommend, but that's the main thing, the base work of it.
Okay, and what are some pros and cons you would say, with the entertainment industry? What are a couple pros and a couple cons of being in entertainment?
Well, I will say the pros of it is that you get to meet new people. You get to experience different atmospheres. Like, I remember the first time I was on a movie set, I was just so impressed with what I was seeing, and I was like, okay, so this is how they really make a movie. And I think I was there for background. I think Sideline Confessions was the very first film that I had ever even been on. And I was like, oh, okay, so that's how they do it. They stop and they take another shot from this angle. It was a learning process for me. So I would say some of the pros would be is networking with different people, learning new things from different people, because some of the stuff I learned from, of course, people that were already doing it, so they share some nuggets with me. And so then I took that and I shared nuggets that I got from them with other people. So that's the most important thing. You're going to build relationships with people. You're going to have fun while you're doing it, and you're learning things from people that, are willing to share with you. As far as some of the cons, well, life is what it is. There will be some letdowns where you feel a little bit disappointed about working with people. I will say I've had some experiences where I've worked with some people, writing with some people, and things didn't go the way that we had initially planned for it to go. So you have to be careful. You have to protect yourself. You have to make sure that you're doing everything in order as far as making sure your contracts are in place. If you're going to produce a project, have a producing contract in place with that other writer. That way, you're both are protected. Now, that's some of the mistakes I can say I actually made early on, but that is the learning process. So that definitely could be a con if you don't have your paperwork in order. So yeah, pros and cons, they're always there.
Thanks for shining light on the pros and the cons, right? So people can know what they're walking into, right? And so for our people that are looking to grow in the entertainment industry, that's looking to tap into that, go ahead and take that jump, take that leap, and see it through. So thanks for just shining light there, because you've done some amazing things in the entertainment industry. So kudos to you on all the great
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank you.
Yes. So you consistently have built your own tables, right? And so I ask all of my guests this question, Deanna. How did you create your seat at the table?
You know what? I'm just going to say the grace of God. And I think just really having the faith and believing that I was able to do it. I've always been a dreamer since I was a little girl. I always, I always would tell my auntie, and she could tell you to this day, I would say, I'm going to be in a movie one day. She's like, girl, yeah, yeah, because I always, was a joker, all that, and playing around when I was a little girl. And one day, just to hear her tell me, Dee, you did exactly what you said you're going to do, and I'm so proud of you. You know how that made me feel to see that the word that I stood on, the belief that I had in myself as a young girl, came to light and came to true. That made me feel so good for her to say that I'm proud of you and you did exactly what you said you're going to do. So I guess the thing I can say is that you have to believe in your own abilities, and you have to go for it. You have to do the work. You do the work and keep going. One thing I never do is let anybody tell me what I can't do. So even if it's a roadblock or a stumbling block in that direction, I go the other way and I figure it out. But I've always been confident in my own ability, so I don't let anybody tell me what I can and can't do. That's foremost. So that's the main thing, is believing in your own abilities and going out and getting doing the things necessary to get to the next step.
I love that you said that, because I it's so important, especially when you're a founder or it's your baby, right? That you are gonna work harder than anybody else, and most people don't jump on board until it's moving, and that's why we have to always remember that, right? We're gonna work 10 times harder than anybody else because it's our dream, right? Yes, and so definitely we gotta, like you said, ignore what everybody else thinks and follow your journey and your dreams.
That's right. Because you know how many times people say, girl, you can't do that. You can't start a cosmetic line. Yes, I can. I can. And I don't care how long it takes me to get to the level that you think I'm supposed to be on. Hey, I'm doing great things now. And as long as I touch, even if I only touch 10 people, I did something I wanted to do. And that's what it's about, believing that you can do whatever you set your mind to.
And I'm glad that you said that, because with everything that's going on right now, what is some positive words of encouragement you would give to listeners right now? Because I always have, since this has happened 3 weeks ago, I said this is opportunity for us, right? Let's look at the positive side. It's opportunity to create, opportunity to do the things that you were putting off to do. Start that business, write that book. So what are some positive words of encouragement you would give to listeners during this time?
I guess I would say keep finding things that you desire, that you find interesting in, and not only that, like I said, just try to. Basically, let me rephrase that. Don't give up. And I'm just going to speak from my own personal experience. I'm a teacher by day, so I've been home quarantining as well, like everybody else. And I had, like, the first week or so, I was in a rut. I'm gonna say now the first 2 weeks. In a rut. I hadn't posted anything just because everything was going on. Nobody want to buy lipstick. Nobody want to hear about Hack Beauty, so I didn't post. But just this week, I was like, okay, God, I have to continue on this journey. I know you're giving me this time for me to go ahead and shoot me some live videos. I have time to do it now. And that's the thing. You have to just keep going. You can't let things that are going on in our world and atmosphere dictate your mood, because you know what's inside of you. You know what you have to do to get your business to the next level. And so I had to kind of, slap myself on the back. Okay, girl, come on, get with it. So I will say the one word of encouragement would be to keep going, keep creating, keep coming up with new innovative ideas to make your business shine. Like I said, just because all this stuff is going on, there are still people that are doing online shopping, and they may say they're not. They may do a little bit. So you just kind of throw a little nugget there. Of course, you're going to encourage them. And, and we want everybody to be safe and stay home. But if they are, let them browse. They don't even have to buy anything right now. They can browse your site just to see what they want to purchase when they do get themselves back together. So it's just about a matter of branding and keeping yourself out there and keeping yourself in that creative space. So definitely my encouragement would be don't give up, keep the faith, and keep going, because your business, we will eventually get back to where we were before. So just work on the groundwork to be able to get to the next level when we do get back up and running again.
Right, and just think about all the businesses that were made and founded during the last time, like Uber, WhatsApp, right? And so that should be some motivation for a lot of people. Just keep going,
right.
You know, even when you don't feel like it, just keep going. Just keep going.
Yeah.
So
what
did failure?
That's for sure.
Yes, embracing the process.
Yes.
So what did failure teach you on your journey? Because we all have a process, right? And that's part of it.
You said what, failure?
Yeah, what did failure teach you on your journey?
Oh, gosh. Failure teaches me that everybody's going to make mistakes. Nothing's going to always be perfect, and that we just have to learn from our mistakes. Like when you make a decision and it didn't turn out the way you thought it was going to turn out, then you just like I say, I pray about it and I ask God to show me what direction I need to go in. And then I pick myself up and I go that other direction. And then, like I say, you just keep climbing and keep building. It could be a simple thing as, you know what, I'm going to, for instance, come up with eyeshadows. Like for instance, when I did my launch party, initially I wasn't going to even touch eyeshadows, but I sold out of eyeshadows at my launch party, you know, because I felt like I wasn't ready for that, because I started out with just lipstick and lip glosses. But when I did it, and I put some colors together, they loved the colors that I put together, so I sold out. So it's a matter of just, even if you think you're going to fail, you have to try. You're not going to know until you try. So failures, I just think it's a learning lesson, and we just have to grow from it, the mistakes that we do make.
Absolutely. And so what did success teach you, because you're very successful?
Success? Oh, my gosh. Success teaches me that you're only successful as the time you put into it. That's what it teaches you. I believe in success being whatever whatever you think it is. You know, because some people will be on the outside, oh, you haven't made it yet. No, it's whatever I say. If I say I'm successful, then I'm successful, because I'm the one that set those goals for myself. You know, so people can be on the outside looking in, and they may think or think you haven't made it to whatever level you're on, but they don't know the goals that you set for yourself. So success comes with, I think it comes with maturity. It comes with growth, and just accepting that just because you reach a certain level, you can also go higher. So.
Absolutely, right, and staying humble.
Yes, definitely. Humble for sure. Always. Now that let me back that up. That's number one. You have to be humble in this whole industry. You have to.
Yes,
it's about how you treat others. Yes.
Right, because we do know how quickly things change. This right here is a prime example. 3 weeks ago, everything was fine, and then the world turned upside down in one day.
Right.
So yes.
Right. Yes, it's crazy.
Yes.
Crazy.
Yes. So what can we expect from you, Deanna, in 2020? We're in the second quarter now, and we know you've done some amazing things in the first quarter. So what can we expect from you the rest of 2020?
Well, for 2020, Hack Beauty has been working behind the scenes on some men's skincare. So that's my little hidden secret I've been coming up with here lately. Yes. I've been creating men's skincare line, and so that's one thing I'm going to incorporate into my cosmetic stuff. So definitely be on the lookout for Hack Men.
So definitely support Deanna. Congratulations on your new line for Hack Men. That is amazing. So congratulations, and listeners, make sure you go to her website and support her. Get involved. Book her, because she's doing some amazing things. So what inspired you to create the men's line?
Well, you know what? A lot of me being a teacher, there's male teachers as well as female ladies and stuff at the school, and a lot of them like, oh, you don't have nothing for us. I say, it's coming. It's coming. I got to work it out. But I say, let me take care of the ladies first, So once I felt comfortable enough, okay, I've done this, I did this, and not to say that women, we're going to continue to grow as well. There's a whole lot of other stuff I want to implement into my line, but I didn't want to leave the men out because they're just as important too. And then I would have these vendor events, whether it's at a church or convention centers, and they're either with their spouses and they're coming up and they're like, do y'all have anything for us? We wear chapstick. They're just probably just making fun, but they really want to support as well. So I figured that what other way than to start with skincare with the men, because that's one thing that I know they take pride in is their skin and how they smell. So that's what I'm going to start first with as far as my men line is skincare and, body sprays.
Well, super congratulations on all the things that you're doing, and definitely on your new men's line. That is amazing. So will you please tell us, Deanna, tell all listeners how they can follow you and support you on all the social media platforms.
Okay. Follow me at Hacked Beauty by Deanna on Facebook, Hacked Beauty on Instagram, and my website is hackedbeauty.com. Go check out what we have right now currently for the ladies, and email hackedbeauty@gmail.com.
So follow and support Hacked Beauty on all social media platforms now for all of our listeners that are listening.
Awesome.
Yes. So thank you so much, Deanna, for taking the time out of your very busy schedule to come to the table tonight. It's been a very powerful interview, and I can't wait to invite you back to the table.
Yes, thank you for having me. I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
You are welcome, and I look forward to working with you in this new year.
Yes, can't wait. Love to hear from you.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
All right, have a good night.
You too. So I would like to give a special thanks to my intern, Sarah, from Tennessee State University, and my intern, Vontaria, from Winston-Salem State University. You all may follow me on Facebook at Ashley Little and on Instagram at _Ashley A. Little. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Creating Your Seat at the Table, where Ashley speaks with corporate professionals, celebrities, entrepreneurs, authors, and speakers who are transitioning or have transitioned to entrepreneurship.